welcome back. Heidi, you mentioned camaraderie and mateship earlier on. What, from your perspective, Macca, what have you seen in regards to that?
Well, the main thing for me is lifelong friendships, and I mean lifelong. I've known John and Shane Johnson for over 50 years, and that's all through the cricket club. The Johnson family, the Haynes family, and the Steele family, mainly. I've got some fantastic ties with all those families. My family is part of their family, as their family is part of mine. And that's all through the cricket club, you know. And I'm hoping that other people have the same fortune as what we have.
Yeah, well,
in forging lifelong friendships.
Yeah, let's hope there's people that have got friendships in 50 years.
I mean, we have no problem in calling each other brothers.
Never.
When we love each other.
Yep.
Now, you know, that's the way we are.
Yeah.
And we'll do anything for each other.
And so over that period of time, I'm sure there's many great memories. When you look at games that you've either played in or been involved in, what are some that come to mind as the biggest highlights or best moments at the Trinners?
You go.
Second innings B grade grand final. Never forget it. Never forget it. Playing Darabin, who made 400 against us during the year. I think we batted first, made about 180. We were a little bit concerned that was never going to be enough. So Toc Williams and Macca took it upon themselves to destroy them for about 90. Toc took 7 for 24 or something. Macca got about 3 for 30. And we thought, right, we'll just bat them out of the game here. So we've gone out and we got rolled for just over 90. So we left at 180 to get, and we thought there's no way known that they can, bat that poorly again with the lineup they had.
Yeah, they had a good
batting team. The Wilsons and Hunts and all those guys.
And they had some good bowling.
They did Huntington
and Phil Winning.
And these guys.
Phil Winning was really sharp. He was, good opening bowl.
Yeah, but we went out, and I remember Macca turning around and saying, "There's no so-and-so way that we're going to lose this again," because we come from a couple of years ago before that, hadn't we, where we bowled a team out for 70 odd, and we got bowled out for 55 in the grand final. We thought we were home and hosed that particular year, and we missed out. So anyway, we've gone out there. I've gone to slip, and Toc, of course, would have taken the first over. Anyway, I can't remember really the first. I just remember him and how quick he bowled. I've never to this day seen anyone bowl any quicker. And I've seen the Billy Kimberleys and that in full flight. But that day Macca bowled, I tell you what, he ripped through them, and that was memorable. And the memorable thing was I was on the end of the last catch at second or third slip. I can't remember where it was, but even to this day, it's 45 years ago or something that it happened.
Yep.
I can still see the ball coming, and it just came here. It just went bang straight in there, didn't have to move, didn't have to where to put the feet, just bang straight in. And then the realisation that we'd won, and then going over the scorebook and seeing that we'd only bowled 11.5 overs in the second innings of a grand final and bowled them out for 55. And you got 6 for 30, and Toc was very expensive. I think he got 3 for 13. And that is very expensive for one
end.
But
I remember there was a run out.
Yeah, that game, that second innings of the grand final, and that took us to A grade, which wasn't a bad effort, seeing we started in D1 in 1972-73. By 77-78, we'd made it to A grade. So that was memorable. And of course, how can I ever go past the Division 1 women's grand final against Cameron? Undefeated Cameron, before we came in, and just that was a highlight. Massive highlight. For sure.
What happened on the day?
I remember the day. There was a good celebration. But I'm pretty sure we made 164, and Dan was our keeper, Danica, and she came up to me on the Thursday night. She goes, "I can't play." I said, "What?" She goes, "I'm going to the Book of Mormon." I said, What on earth is the Book of Mormon?" She goes, "Oh, Mum and I have been wanting to see this play forever and we've got tickets." I said, "Well, did you just get them?" She goes, "No, I've known them for a while." She goes, "I wasn't game enough to tell you because I wasn't sure if we'd get through the semi-final." I said, "All right." So I had to give the gloves back to our original wicketkeeper, Carly. Right? And I remember saying to Carly, and Carly was a little bit nervous about it all. But she kept like an absolute demon that day. She took a catch, which I think might have even been her first catch that she actually took, keeping, and then was involved in a run out as well. And I don't think there was a bye, just kept beautifully. But yeah, 164, and then we bowled him out for, I don't know, 120, maybe not. And that feeling then, when we got that last wicket, and it was Stacey who just nicked the bail off of this girl who come in, and then they had Kelly Trotter at the other end, who very, very good bat, and played a lot of really high representative cricket. And I was still worried when they needed 50 runs or something that she might just come in and hit 10 sixes, which you could do. And then when that bail just dropped off, realisation of starting something from new with a lot of girls who'd never ever played before against a team that had never lost, and to win that's a massive highlight. And I just remember walking over to Kev, and we shook hands, looked at one another, and just thought, extremely satisfying, very satisfying. But we'll leave it at that. It was a good afternoon.
I actually was.
You came to that.
I came and had watched that game. It was very, very entertaining. I really enjoyed it. And that and that was one of the parts of me standing back and going, bloody hell, we've really come a long way. Here I am watching girls play cricket for Holy Trinity
in Division 1.
In Division 1, and winning a premiership, and thinking that would never happen in my day. Never. Not girls playing cricket for ever. And yet there it was. And I seen it.
We'd never thought of it, would we?
No. But yeah, well, mine's the same as him, that grand final. But I also have the other grand final against Fairfield. Yeah, that was really exciting. It was a game of individuality, but a team game. If you know it, I know it sounds stupid, but without the individuals, the team wouldn't have been successful. So, and I don't like to name people, but I will. Darren Steele for one. He had a really good game, batted well, and then come on the bowl because it was sort of an unfortunate situation. Both our captain and our vice captain were off the ground.
Yeah.
The captain had torn a hamstring, and the vice captain had a bit of a heat stroke. So because I was the senior player, or most senior player, I ended up being nominated as the standing captain, but I wasn't. It was everybody else sort of, and Darren kept on saying, "You've got to bowl me, you've got to bowl me, you've got to bowl me." So, have a go. Well, cleaned up. I think he took 3 wickets.
Yeah.
Changed the whole game.
Yeah.
And it just went from there. As I said, it was an individual thing that ended up being making it a team success. And looking back at that, I think, we did really well. Everybody sort of gelled, and it was really good.
It was also a very high quality game. A lot of very good players on both sides.
Both sides, yeah.
And the other one that I probably did forget about and was quite flippant about was when I was doing the juniors and Duck was coaching the under-16s. We played Edinburgh. 4-day under-16 grand final. I think we made about 380 and they got about 360. And that doesn't happen. That doesn't happen. There's some good players And I'll be honest, I'm terrible, I can't remember. I think Tasso Mazakis did extremely well in that. I think we had Ned Kelly, of course, was playing then. And I'm sorry for the others that I just can't. David Enko, I think. But Edinburgh had a chap by the name of Zaccardi, who was playing second to Carlton, Premier Cricket in those days. I think he made about 160, and a Steve Benjamin. And I think he got about 100, and they were about 3 for 320 at the drinks break on day 4, looking like it was all over Red Rover. And Tasso came on, I think, and got a couple of wickets, and then because they had these guys, no one in their bottom 5 had batted for the whole year at Edinburgh, and they just felt like a deck of cards. Once I think Zaccardi went, that was it. It was just all over. We just ran through them like a dose of salts. So yeah, that's another game that's been really memorable. Really memorable.
I've got one more. Warwick Steele's 290 out here. I was lucky enough to bat with him twice, and I don't know whether it was more enjoyable being out here watching him, or actually being out there with him. But just incredible. The way he batted was just amazing. That would have to go down as the best innings I've ever seen, without a shadow of a doubt.
What can you tell us about it?
Mate, he was just amazing.
It wasn't slogging.
And I must admit, I was padded up ready to go in, right? I was batting a 3, and I was sitting up, there used to be a little...
my dad and I was sitting...
Yeah, and Heidi said to me, and they'd only just gone out there to start, and Heidi actually said, I think we're going to be in for a very good day today, and we're going to see something special. And that stuck in my head to this day. And bugging me dad, if that's what happened. 294.
294, and I remember sitting with Dad, and Dad used to come down and just watch for an hour. He sat here the whole time. And Walker had hit the first 5 balls of the over for 6, right? So he's got 1 ball to face.
Mind you,
and
it's not slogging.
No, this isn't slogging.
He didn't slog.
No.
He didn't slog 1 ball.
No.
Everything was hit with
The way it
purpose.
should be.
And that's what I mean. It's the best I've ever seen anybody bat. And I mean his brother, Darren, who I would say is probably the best batsman that's ever played for Holy Trinity. So,
it was an innings to behold.
Yeah.
But he's hit the first 5, and then all of a sudden, Dad's saying, I've never seen this. I've never seen 6 sixes and over. This is going to be fantastic. The bloke comes in, bowls. Left-hander. Tap, 1. Gets back on strike. My dad was shattered.
But mate, it was just brilliant to watch. And why I say I batted with him twice, I got hit in the face, right in the mouth, right in the.
That's why you have a bat.
Thing. And Julie Wright, God bless her soul, she was like our default medic person, and anyway she got me off the ground, put ice on my face. She had a look and said, are you all right and all this, no concussion, check my eyes. No, I'm all right, it's just a bit sore and all that, fat lip. Anyway, she said to me, just let me check your teeth, I'll have a look and see if you've got any broken teeth. And I went, and pulled my false teeth in. And she's gone, oh, I didn't know you hold false teeth. I said, Julie, you've known me for 25 years and you didn't know I had false teeth. I said, look, they're perfect. There's nothing wrong with them.
Obviously hadn't been enough presentation. Macca used to have a thing of putting his teeth onto a cheese platter, especially with people who
didn't know. Or in my beer.
It wasn't too good.
I put them in my beer. I wouldn't put it in any.
Well, we got off the track again.
Yeah, sorry.
We're off the track again.
But yeah, that would go down as one of the better. And to top it all off, Darren was captain. And when Warwick went out, I forget who I was batting with, but he comes out the square leg and he goes, come on, start picking it up a bit. I mean, we were like 5 for about 400.
400.
Right. And it wasn't enough for him. I couldn't believe it. So, yeah. And needless to say, we won that game. But
Well,
yeah,
it's
that was just a privilege to be able to see that happen. I know we've had.
I didn't see Joey Ahmed's 200.
I didn't see the others. I didn't see Joey's
see
or Grant's
200.
or.
I saw Darren's 200.
Darren, I seen Darren's too. I actually seen
Against
a lot of
East
that
Coast,
while I was out there batting with him. Unfortunately, I went out one short.
Yeah, that's right.
I went out for 99. So, but he made up for it. He went on and made 200. I think 204 not out.
204. He never made 100.
So
Then he made 100 and then he made a 200.
yeah, made 200. Yeah. So yeah.
So we're celebrating 100 years of the Trinners this year. What do you envisage for the future of the club, or hope its legacy will bring for future generations and players?
Mate, I look, I'm that proud and ecstatic that we're still here after us. And you know, I don't want to say that, you know, I didn't think I thought it all collapsed because we stopped. And I'm that happy and proud that it's kept going and it's grown to this stage. And I just hope that it continues on. And hopefully there are people that will come along and take your spot and take the secretary's spot and the treasurer's spot. I mean, I said to a few people, after the AGM I went to and seen the reports and the amount of money that's rolled over and all the work that's done, you know, with the technology and all this sort of stuff now.
Who would have thought we could have watched the game at home?
We wouldn't have done
Frog
it.
box.
Yeah, well that's exactly. You know, we would never thought of that.
Who would have thought you got live scoring?
You know?
Things like this, it's
We used to worry about how we were going to get on the ground at the start of the year. You know, did we have enough
we have
money?
enough money.
You know?
Johnny Colosimo dragged us out one year.
Yeah, Johnny Colosimo, he
Paid all our affiliation fees.
he was
Because
the
we were broke. We were actually broke.
He was the treasurer, and he didn't know that we made him the treasurer because he was the richest one of the lot of us.
Well, he wasn't married.
Yeah, well, that's true. But but that's the way we were. You know, when you talk about friends and what you do, that was just what we wanted to do. You know, that's how we got started.
I'd like to see the club continue to be a cricket club, right? And also still be involved in community initiatives, you know, that we do now. And I think as long as we've got juniors, there's always someone going to put their hand up somewhere along the line. Someone's going to be happy and then they're going to come through the juniors. And if you go back and look at the honour boards, you'll see a lot of people on those honour boards that come from the juniors, have come through the juniors and then have continued on, like yourself and the Darren Steeles and the Darren Wrights and Matty O'Brien's, all the
Alex Pedalino. And their parents.
Yeah.
You know,
Yeah.
Alex's parents.
But it means that we're doing something right. The people who come are doing something right. They're upholding the standards that we've always tried to play by. We played hard, did we not? We played to win. We played to win, but we never played outside the rules.
We played hard, on and off the ground. But I never seen a fight. Not one fight.
I've never seen a fight at Holy Trinity.
At Holy Trinity.
No,
Never.
We've seen disagreements,
you know,
but we've never seen fisticuffs because people would step in and say enough's enough. We don't need that here. We've taken steps here where we have actually asked people to move on, and people who we've known extremely well, we've asked to move on because they were what we considered to be bringing the club into disrepute. So as long as the club continues to do that, and I don't think there's any reason why we wouldn't, and with the amount of juniors we have, it can only get stronger. But it gets to a point where a club gets to its maximum. It's like a balloon. You keep blowing up a balloon, it gets bigger and bigger and bigger and bigger, and then all of a sudden, boom, it'll burst because it can't take any more. It just gets to its maximum expansion point. You know, here now it's fantastic that we have the all abilities, fantastic we have the ladies, we've got the junior girls, we've got the juniors, we've got the 5 senior sides. And you look around, how on earth you fit it all in is beyond me, you know. But the bigger we get, the more administrators we're going to require. And I just like us to be playing against the best opposition we can. Not to become complacent and just sort of drop away and be content. You know, always be looking to get better,
Yeah.
I suppose.
Yeah. Yeah.
Never go backwards. Never be like a kangaroo and an emu. You can't step backwards. You just can't go backwards. You've got to keep going forwards.
That's right.
And I also think sometimes it takes a little while where you have one project that you're looking to do. Sometimes we can take too much on, and we're trying to do too much in too small a time with too fewer people. So maybe each year you just look at a new initiative and keeping it going. You know, the Pride Cup games and all that sort of stuff. Who would have thought that years ago, Mac? No one.
No one.
No one.
No.
You know, and what we have with the community in the area.
Well, I mean, that part of it speaks for itself, doesn't it?
It does.
You know,
But we've always tried to be.
we never got on with the council, really.
Well, no, you wouldn't say that we had one of the. We were just fortunate we had a forthright president who could voice his opinion in council chambers.
Didn't mince his words.
And certainly didn't.
That's and
got things done.
Got things done, yeah.
So that's probably what I'd like to see. You know, we're not going to be here for the next 100-year celebration, but it'd be lovely to think that maybe someone will. Maybe the grandkids of some of the kids who are playing here now. You know. So yeah.
That would be a good legacy for not only us but for everyone. Everyone that's been
Everyone
associated
that's
with the club.
There were people
You know?
before us. There were people before us. You know, we got these guys back in the 30s.
1933.
You know, you've got the Hewletts and the, you know, the Thorns and the Horns. There were Thorns and Horns, Hewletts or Hewitts, you know, all the way back. The Chamberlains, you know, he was the minister at the church at that particular time. Yeah, back in the 30s. You know, so they've come before, and then you've got, you know, guys like have come down. We've seen them here, John Nelson and Peter Collis. There's a lot prior to that too, you know, but we just don't have them around anymore. The Stinger Nelsons and all these guys who are just, you know, they were little legends here in their time still.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah. But that's where you wish that, you know, we're able to pass that on to you guys, and you can then pass it on.
But we can't. We can't because we were very young.
Yeah, we were.
When we restarted in 71, 72 as 16-year-olds, we had Benny Robb, we had George Edney and Lenny Green.
Yeah, Lenny
those
Green.
guys.
Yeah. Well, Lenny Green was my juniors coach. So.
But we lost them early.
Yeah.
They all went to God pretty early. So.
Probably coaching the under 16s.
Probably. But yeah.
Well, guys, thank you for joining us, and thanks for everything you've done for the club over the years. And,
don't need any thanks, mate.
We don't.
We never did it for thanks. No. We did it because we enjoyed it, and it was. You know, as I said, it's become this. We didn't think it ever would.
We never thought.
But you know, it has. But
from the
that's not really because of us. We only just did our little bit, like you're doing your bit, and your committee is doing their bit. You know, and it'll hopefully continue on. That in another 20 years, there'll be another group of people, and they'll be inviting you to come and sit in front of the camera and
talk about your time.
Talk about your time and what you had happen in your time being here.
Well, we've had the photo go up with the old rooms that we finally moved into that we had to pay $2 for, but we never had a key. $2 for electricity a year.
I must say, my brother-in-law, Les Severi, when he used to play in JICA, right? Now, when he come to the club, he couldn't believe we didn't have club rooms, right? So the first thing he did was go up to the council and say, can we have a key to the club rooms? And he basically...
We got it.
You know, pleaded to get it, you know, because they were just shut. Nobody ever used them. And so we got the club rooms. And then...
We got a fridge.
Yeah, we got a fridge. And, you know, then we spilled...
And a bottle warmer.
We can start selling some drinks, you know, and have cold drinks. And then because in Jaika, where he come from, they used to have afternoon tea, right? So he then got my sister to start making sandwiches for the A grade to come, you know, so that, and we actually were the first club in the churches to actually put on an afternoon tea.
Yep.
And I mean, some of the afternoon teas we had were rather interesting. I mean,
Well, and that grew into the Robbo.
Vegemite and sunflower seeds really went down a treat.
Yeah, that wasn't good. Or the beetroot sandwiches, but they didn't drain the beetroot. But Robbo, good old Robbo, he used to go around and he'd ask everyone what sandwiches they wanted. And then he'd go home, his wife Robin would make the sandwiches, put them into individual sandwich packs. He'd stack them into his little esky and he'd bring them along and he'd go, oh, now Terry, you wanted the chicken and cheese, here's your sandwiches, and he'd hand them out. And then we had Dale Bushnell who used to bring curries.
Curries, yeah.
And we sat at East Coburg. Now, one of the top got 7 for 9.
Yeah.
We all needed to get off the ground pretty quick smart. But he put this curry in the middle and he brought plates and knives and forks and we all sat there, stinking hot day, and we were trying to eat this curry. And he was telling us it was mild. Because he'd lived in India, remember? Then he was pampered. His father was a diplomat.
Yep.
They had servants and all sorts of things. So he had no idea what it was like when he came to play cricket at Holy Trinity after playing in the Punjab, I think he came from.
Yeah.
And he used to get taken by the servants to cricket training and then he gets here and he said to make afternoon tea.
Mate, we had some Johnny Colossimo's mum used to make pizza.
Yep.
For us.
Yep.
Fantastic. Her pizza was that beautiful. We used to have a team go to Deniliquin every year, the weekend before Christmas. There used to be a 6-man aside knockout comp up there, and we used to do pretty good at it.
You made the final.
Yeah, we normally make the final.
Played against Simon O'Donnell.
Played against Simon O'Donnell.
And Flanagan, the ruckman from Geelong, who hit me the furthest I've ever been hit in cricket.
Yeah, Darren Flanagan, yeah.
Yep.
But we used to get John's mum to make us pizza and all these things so we could take it away with us to Deniliquin because it was so, and cold, we used to have it cold pizza, absolutely magnificent. But yeah.
And Steve, and I'm only going to say this because I can pronounce his name, Steve Apokoroniatakis, his mum used to bring pies and everything because they had a hot bread kitchen.
Who did he play for? I don't remember that.
He went on and played ones at Northcote. He was a wicketkeeper.
Yeah.
He left here and went to Preston Baseballs.
Oh, okay.
But yeah, Steve Apokoroniatakis. Proud of myself remembering the name.
You reckon I would have remembered a name like that?
You would have.
Yeah.
No, you remember Hamish Schooners Liddick. You were president and you asked him a question, he goes, and who are you?
Oh, that's right, yeah, I remember that.
You go, I'm the president. He goes, well, I've never seen him. Anyway.
Not to worry.
Off the track again.
Yeah. But, yeah.
Right.
Well, it's been a pleasure chatting with you.
It's a pleasure chatting with you, Jordan.
And some wonderful stories and great opportunity to document some of these. So thanks again and all the best.
Pleasure. Isn't it, Mac?
It's been good, yeah.
It's always good to see you, old buddy.
Thanks, brother.
Thank you.
It's fun.